What is up, guys? Welcome back. We're finally back working on the GC as promised. I'm still having that DCCD issue from the last video, but I do have a few ideas on how to solve it. So wish me luck. If that doesn't work out, I really don't know what else to do at this point. So let's give it one last try and see what happens. Let's go. From the last video, you probably remember that we've already swapped out a bunch of components in the DCCD system, like the module, the sensors, the clock spring, and we've pulled the codes, nothing worked out. So now the last two pieces that were missing last time are the actual steering angle sensor, which I've got right here, and this is the entire front engine harness, or it's not the actual engine harness, it's the part from the steering column all the way to the front of the car, and then that splits into the engine harness. But I haven't modified that, so I'm leaving it as is, and I'm going to replace this entire part of the harness with this one. But before I actually do that, I want to swap out the steering angle sensor just to make sure that's not the problem. I have little hopes, but you never know. And if that was the problem, it means that my custom wiring job was not the problem, which I really hope it's not. But I'm also really doubting myself. So yeah, I'm gonna swap this first, see how it goes, and then proceed with the harness.
We're bound to hit the ground. Gotta keep this feeling, keep on breathing, even if we're slipping away. So I close my eyes and lose myself now. Do it like it's only a day. We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. No, we don't care about the bad nights. If for a second I can feel like this, make me feel like this.
I don't want to jinx it, but I think we might have found the issue. The DCCD definitely works properly now. Now, I don't know if it's because the car hasn't run in a while and everything got reset, but I've tried to reset the system before and it did not work. So usually by the time I turn off the car and turn it back on, the codes would appear on the dash. So now I'm warming the car up, and then I'll try to shut it down and turn it back on. And then if the codes are not there, I think we're pretty much good to go. Now, there is just one thing that's a bit worrying. I do see this light up here, which is usually for the handbrake, but my handbrake is not up and it's still on there. So I don't know why that is the case. It might be because there is no fluid in the braking system, but I'm not sure. So that might still be something that I need to check or fix. But at least the DCCD seems to be acting normal now. I'm also really low on fuel. I don't think that affects anything, but just in case, I'm gonna refill it a little bit. And actually the temps should be almost good to go. So let's try and turn it down. All right, wait a few seconds. There we go. I heard the click. Now back on. All right. And no codes. Yes, that could be it. Well, I guess for once my intuition was wrong. The wiring seems completely fine. As soon as I swapped out the steering angle sensor, everything started working again. So I don't think the issue was with the wiring, which I'm really happy about. I did not want to do any of that wiring again. But now it seems to be acting normal again. The only way to make sure it doesn't come back and it's a proper fix is to actually test drive the car. So you know what that means. We need to get it ready to go out there and do some proper driving. Now, I'm gonna remove the entire front end. I don't want to damage any of the panels, especially the bumper. It's actually hitting the wheels here. So I need to get that off, the hood and the fender. And then I actually need to bleed the brakes. Because if you've been watching the channel, you know that this car has never been on a drive with brakes or hydraulic brakes. Only the cable handbrake has been working, and that's really dangerous and doesn't let me use the car to its full potential. I need to do a proper shakedown before finishing the body. So that will be the perfect opportunity to actually get the brakes working on this thing. And then we have some more work on the dash, which needs to be mounted properly on the dash beam and button up a few things. But basically it's almost ready. Mechanically it's there. Electrically I just need to tuck in some of the wires under there. But yeah, really close. Just gonna get that ready and then we can finally drive it. Alright, we're on board the Subi and I still have this one light up there and the airbag light, which is normal, but nothing else, so that's great. Everything seems to work. Let's go for a test drive. I still have no brakes, by the way, just the handbrake. Alright, I'm gonna set the camera down and do a few shots. Let's see what I can do here. Woohoo! We made it! Four-wheel drive drift without brakes in this thing. First time ever. So stoked. The car did amazing. I don't see anything wrong with it. So I think it survived the test. Check this out. Everything looks good. Nothing hanging. No leaks. Didn't break the body. And the wing stayed on. We hit all the marks. Check this out. Even left some nice marks. Trying to back up in this thing is a mission. Oh God. Okay, there we go. Well, that was super fun. I have a huge smile on my face, a lot of adrenaline pumping in my veins right now, and I did not wreck the car, which is surprising on its own. Without brake system, it's really hard to do one of those things safely. So if you respect Descent, please smash that like button, share the video, do everything, show me support. I always appreciate it, and it's been amazing, guys. So yeah, keep it going. Otherwise, I'm super happy everything was really well, and that's about it for today. We've just reached that important milestone, which is to get the car ready mechanically so we can actually drive it to its full potential. So that was today, minus the brakes obviously again, but the car is pretty much there, it's ready. So now I can really focus on the body, making sure everything on the outside is ready to go. And once that's done, then it's off to paint. But for now, I guess the mechanical is pretty much done. So that's really, really important, and that's exactly where we need to be right now. In the near future, obviously, I want to finish up the wiring on this side, clean up this loom, and make sure that the fuse box is actually mounted on the inside of the fender here. I'm having some interference with that fender, but right now I don't know if I want to go wider or not. I'm debating. Don't get me wrong, I think that this 100mm kit is really, really cool. I made it exactly how I wanted, so I'm really happy with it, but I'm seeing more and more interest in the 100mm version of the 22B style or WRC kits, which is really cool, but I kind of wanted to stand out with this car and make something that's over the top and that people would really remember. So 100mm kit might not be enough. I'm thinking of maybe bumping it up to 110 or 120 even, which would be really, really aggressive, but I think 110 could be really cool, and it shouldn't be that hard to do another centimeter on each side. As benefit, I would actually have more room to fit my fuse box on this side right here, so that's where I was going with this. But otherwise, yeah, it's kind of a pain to widen the rear because I've got that fuel cap and filler neck. That would be a little bit of a pain, but other than that, it shouldn't be that hard. So yeah, that's it for today, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. Subscribe to see more. Love you guys. See you in the next one. Peace!